Alright, let's recap the how to practice stuff first. So, the main takeaway is practice makes perfect is not true. Only perfect practice makes perfect. So, one example, discuss like a transition type thing. So, let's say, and for example, going from like bar 2 into bar 3, that's where a mistake keeps happening. So you don't want to just keep going and then try and fix it the second time around. You want to address the mistake immediately. You want to start polishing out those rough spots right away. So that's where we come to the whole only perfect practice makes perfect. Just like for kind of an extreme example, like let's say you want to be able to play something like that, and then but you're always just kind of, and you do that 1,000 times. Well, it's not suddenly going to get cleaner just because you're slopping through it. The only thing that's happening when someone does stuff like that is you get really good at slopping through it. So how do you fix that? Well, you got to slow it way down and make sure every note you play sounds perfect. And then eventually, you can start to speed it up and all that. Anyway, so yeah, work these things up slower beat per minute increments, like 5, going up by 5s, especially when you reach difficult spots. So one thing that could help, hang on a second, I just realized I was saying something that kind of went off point. So yeah, transferring from here to here, let's say that's the tough spot. So what I would do is go back to the beginning as soon as a mistake happens, try it like 3 times, and after 3 times, if the mistake still occurs, we'll focus on just like a beat to the next note. Just focus on that transfer, or maybe focus on the entire bar plus that, but you really hone it in. Just something as simple as just those 4 notes. If you transition, again, this is just for example, like you're transitioning from this over to that note, that's where the mistake keeps happening. Just focus on that, and then maybe add another beat, or go as far as that. Just add a little bit more there, just to make sure that you feel really comfortable with that transition before you go back to the beginning and try it all again. So to save some time in working things up by 5s initially, you go ahead and leave out the repeat for maybe the first few days, and then when you start to become more comfortable with it, add the repeat in there, because that's going to be an important thing to do. One reason I have repeats on all this stuff is because when we're actually playing music, playing songs that we write or songs that other people have written, there's a lot of repeating going on. So having your mind trained to stay focused on doing the same thing multiple times, a very useful skill to have. So it's one thing to just run through it once. It's another thing to run through it twice. And a lot of times when you're doing songs, at least what I've noticed, if I'm having to repeat something a lot, like, 5+ times, the mind wants to wander around. So it's very challenging sometimes to continue to repeat the same thing again and again and again and again and again. So you would think it would get easier as you keep repeating it over and over again, but no, the mind starts to wander. You start to question yourself, like, oh crap, I'm actually playing it right. How many repetitions have I done and whatnot? So there's definitely a challenge with that. So anyway, and yeah, with the scales, just a reminder, don't worry about trying to speed those things up. Focus on the memorization part, because we got plenty of speed stuff to do. We want to make sure that you don't have too much that you're trying to do. Well, we want to prioritize, as effectively as possible. So that's another part of how to practice, making sure you prioritize the difficult things or the most important things that we're working on right now. That I say the most important things right now are what's on the screen and what's going to come up next. So here we go. 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now the fun one. So I could see this being something where working a bar at a time up would be a good idea. So yeah, anytime you find a sticking point, focus on that, get that comfortable, get that as smooth as you can before piecing it all together. It's always better to break things up into smaller pieces, slow things down, because you'll make more progress doing that versus trying to do too much at once. We can always do more, but it doesn't mean it's going to be helpful. Alright, here we go, 60. See if I can sight read what the heck I wrote, because I don't think I remember it quite too well. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pitiful pinch. Pitiful pinch. Alright, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was better. Much better. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Accidental pinch completely screwed me up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was like a half okay pinch, I guess. Alright, there we go. Yeah, any other questions come up before next time, let me know. Remember, you're always welcome to ask questions in between class. Like if you have practice questions or want a suggestion on how to approach something, always welcome to reach out. Alright, I will see you again next week.